Good morning, America. Triple threat. Millions of people bracing as Debbie's remnants move up the East Coast. 11 states on flood, tornado, and high wind alerts. At least 6 reported twisters in 24 hours. Ginger is tracking it all.
Face Off. Donald Trump agreeing to a primetime debate with Vice President Harris on ABC. What she's saying now about 2 other proposed showdowns.
Dramatic new body camera footage from the assassination attempt on former President Trump.
This close, bro. Dude, he turned around on me. He's straight up.
The officer who first confronted the gunman and what it shows moments before he opened fire.
Chilling new details in that alleged terror plot targeting Taylor Swift concerts. The teens behind it and what authorities say they plan to do as hundreds of fans gather in Vienna. Now what London officials are saying about her highly anticipated shows next week, with that city already on alert.
Checkmate. A Russian chess player under investigation and caught on camera allegedly trying to poison an opponent.
Strong winds hurling beach umbrellas into the air at a popular Florida beach. The important safety precautions before your last summer beach trip. When in Rome, how one woman made the most of getting bumped from her flight from Italy.
I'm taking that money, honey.
Collecting thousands in travel vouchers from one big airline. Could you do it too?
Sweet 16, the teenager dashing into the record books moments ago as Noah Lyles takes another medal, running with COVID. Now what he's saying about his future. Plus, Sydney shattering her own world record while LeBron and Steph survive a scare. And this magical gold medal moment. We're definitely feeling the magic this Friday morning. Don't miss our sneak peek at the ultimate Disney fan experience.
You're the Disney princess, suddenly.
My one-on-one with CEO Bob Iger at D23.
Thank you all. These people are here to basically learn about surprises. There are many.
Oh, Bob, come on. What surprises? Don't worry, you'll find out.
Live in Times Square, this is Good Morning America.
And good morning, America. So great to have you with us. Happy Friday from New York and Anaheim this morning. Great to have 2020 co-anchor Deborah Roberts here, fresh back from Paris. Welcome.
Great to be with you, my friend.
Oh, we got a lot to cover this morning. We got Rebecca in California for the start of D23. Rebecca, good morning.
Hey guys, it is so great to see you. People were lining up outside of this building 3 a.m. this morning, and it is so great to be here for what is billed as the ultimate Disney fan event. And it really, truly is. If you love all things Disney, from Pixar to Marvel to Star Wars, this is the place for you. And I'm going to show you around all the secrets. Plus, I sat down with Disney CEO Bob Iger, and it is all coming up, guys.
All right, Rebecca, I can't wait to hear more about D23 and the surprises. Also ahead, the encouraging signs about the economy fueling a rebound in the stock market as mortgage rates drop.
More on that ahead, but we do begin with that extreme weather on the move this morning. Millions bracing for the remnants of Debbie moving up the East Coast, bringing torrential rain and flash flooding. Ginger is tracking all of it for us. Ginger, good morning.
Good morning to you, Whit. You can feel it out here. That tropical air is in place, so we have tracked it all the way from Tampa area and now here to New York City, where we'll eventually get into the remnants. But on top of the flash flood threat, this morning, a brand new tornado watch that includes Washington, D.C., Baltimore, and Philadelphia. We've got at least 24 hours left with Debbie. Overnight, remnants of Debbie drenching the mid-Atlantic and Appalachia. At least 6 reported tornadoes in the last 24 hours. In Maryland, storms uprooting trees in Montgomery County. One of those trees smashing into this home in Potomac, displacing a family of 6.
I saw a tree right there in my living room. I mean, the first thing that came in, it could have hit me. That's when my wife was shaking because she thought that the tree had fallen on top of me.
Meanwhile, near Wilmington, Delaware, the National Weather Service already confirming a tornado.
There was many reports made of damage to houses, such as trees down, pole wires down.
Not far away in Bear, more than a half foot of rain fell really fast. First responders had to rescue people from water that was too high to drive through.
It was really, really deep and very rushing, and it got higher while I was sitting here waiting.
Debbie taking the lives of at least 7 people, including one in North Carolina early Thursday. Our Victor Oquendo was there.
Several homes in Lucama, North Carolina, taking a direct hit from Debbie. The homeowner here likely asleep in his first-floor bedroom when a tornado hit. The house so badly damaged, first responders had to lift and stabilize it before making their way in. Sadly, that homeowner did not survive.
There were still high water rescues happening in South Carolina, just north and west of Charleston. That's where the tail end is still around, but we got it all the way up into Pennsylvania and New York already. So those flood alerts are up, significant flash flood threat, and the timing goes like this. It'll move through with the tornado watch this morning. You could see tornadoes throughout the mid-Atlantic and Northeast. New Jersey was all in that, so Trenton, watch out this afternoon. And look at that low, the gusts up to 53 miles per hour, Burlington, Vermont tonight. So we're going to get gusty, windy, and rainy tonight, and then be done with Debbie finally by tomorrow afternoon. Rebecca.
Finally putting Debbie behind us. All right, Ginger, thank you. We turn now to the race for the White House and former President Donald Trump saying he has agreed to an offer from ABC News to debate Vice President Harris in September. Our senior White House correspondent, Selena Wang, is in Washington with more. Good morning, Selena.
Good morning, Rebecca. It is finally official. Harris and Trump have agreed to debate each other on ABC News next month. Trump making that announcement from his Mar-a-Lago home, while Harris and her new running mate have been blitzing through battleground states. This morning, Donald Trump again agreeing to face off with Vice President Kamala Harris in a primetime debate on ABC next month. The debate, one that Trump agreed to when President Biden was still in the race, despite waffling on his commitment the last few weeks when Harris ascended to the top of the ticket.
I just look forward to these debates. I think it's very important that we have them.
During a more than 1 hour-long press conference, Trump repeating false and misleading statements, insulting the vice president's intelligence, criticizing her press availability.
She's not doing any news conference.
And challenging her to accept 2 other proposed debates.
I think they'll be very revealing.
Harris remains focused on the ABC News debate.
I'm looking forward to it and hope he shows up.
Not willing to commit to any other debates until after that first one. The Harris campaign still riding high on the jolt of enthusiasm. A new poll from Marquette University Law School showing Harris leading Trump by 6 points in a head-to-head matchup among likely voters. 53 to 47% with a margin of error of 4.7%. But this race will be decided in the battlegrounds. In swing state Wisconsin, the Marquette poll shows Harris and Trump in a dead heat. Harris and Wall still blitzing through battleground states, stopping by a Union Hall near Detroit.
We believe in the collective. We're not falling for these folks who are trying to divide us, trying to separate us, trying to pull us apart. That's not where the strength lies. And there is that.
A campaign official tells me that the vice president will not agree to that Fox News debate on September 4th, saying that any future debates hinges on Trump actually showing up to the ABC News debate on September 10th. And Trump finally today getting back on the campaign trail, holding a rally tonight in Montana, which is a reliably red state. Deborah?
All right, Selena, we'll see what happens. Thank you. Now to new body cam video of the assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump at a rally last month. Newly released video shows police trying to stop the alleged gunman just moments before shots rang out. Our senior investigative correspondent, Aaron Katersky, is here with more. Good morning, Aaron.
And good morning to you, Deborah. This is the first time we're seeing what police officers saw last month in Butler, Pennsylvania during the attempt on former President Trump's life. You'll be able to see when the chaos subsided, the officers were left with the same questions we've all been asking.
This close, bro. Dude, he turned around on me. He's straight up.
This is the Butler police officer who first confronted the gunman moments before he opened fire on former President Trump. The officer's hoisted to the roof, sees the shooter, and falls to the ground.
He was right where you picked me up, bro. He was on that left side.
He calls out directions and cautions officers racing to the rooftop.
And he's laying down, prone out, book bag next to him.
As more police rush in, guns drawn, the same officer is hoisted up again.
You got me up once, get me up again. One more. Ready? Ready? Yep. All right, ready? Let's go. 1, 2, 3.
Once on the roof, it's evident the shooter, Thomas Crooks, is dead.
One in custody, HR building south, rooftop.
Butler County released the footage from police body cameras in response to public records requests from news organizations, including ABC News.
Is that how he got up? I have no idea.
Are you guys committed?
I have no idea.
A Secret Service agent is seen staring at this gray shed and expandable ladder as officers vent their frustration.
I told the Secret Service, post guy over here. I told him that at the meeting on Tuesday.
How a gunman made it to a rooftop 400 feet from the former president, leaving the officers bewildered.
I'd say this is a...
Sorry, not sure which gas company.
You can see from the footage, Whit, it was clear from the first moments after the shots were fired. This was a security failure, and it has already cost the director of the Secret Service her job. Whit.
Sure was. Aaron Katersky for us. Thank you. This morning, an investigation is underway after a tragic death at the CrossFit Games in Texas, an athlete drowning during a swimming competition. Maria Villarreal has the story.
This morning, fitness giant CrossFit says they are cooperating with authorities after an athlete died during their annual CrossFit Games competition in Fort Worth, Texas.
We want to do everything we can to support the community, to support the family.
Authorities identifying the victim as Lazar Jukic from Serbia. The 28-year-old was near the end of the event's swimming portion in Marine Creek Lake when he went under.
I saw him start to kind of scramble. He started to doing small turns, and he was trying to get his head out of the water. And it was at that time that we started screaming to the lifeguard, like, he needs help. And then within seconds, he was under and he never came back up.
The CEO says a safety plan and staff were in place at the time and that CrossFit is cooperating with authorities in their investigation.
We had our dive teams come out, we had our arson investigators come out with their drones, and we were ultimately able to bring that body out of the water.
We will crown the fittest man, woman, and team on Earth.
The grueling competition is a days-long triathlon-style event that involves intense weightlifting, a 3.5-hour run, and an 800-meter swim, attracting athletes from all over the world.
All right, Lazar Jukic is actually to the bar first.
Jukic's friend says he devoted his life to fighting and competing.
At the moment, it's such short notice, and it's such a great character, such a fit person that is pulled away from us in such a devastating way, and it's kind of hard to grasp.
CrossFit representatives tell me they had a safety plan and people in place. Now, yesterday they canceled all of their activities and games, but today, in an early released statement, CrossFit is encouraging their community to grieve together and also compete hard. The games are back on for 10 a.m. and they are dedicated to Lazar. Rebecca?
And we are thinking about his family and that community this morning. Okay, Maria, thank you. We turn now to some promising signs for our economy. A surprisingly strong weekly report on jobs sending stocks soaring while mortgage rates and gas prices are falling. Erielle Reshef is on Wall Street with those details. Good morning, Erielle.
Good morning to you, Rebecca. Wall Street whiplash here this week as stocks surged to their highest levels, their best day since 2022 on Thursday after that massive nosedive on Monday. That jump coming on the news of better than expected unemployment numbers that helped ease fears of a weakening jobs market and boost investor confidence in the economy as a whole. Now, here's an encouraging sign. Mortgage rates hit their lowest level in more than a year, now hovering at almost 6.5%. Of course, everything relative there. And this drop comes ahead of the Fed's expected rate cut that could come next month. A bit of other good news. Gas prices are also their lowest since they've been in a couple of months. Take a look here. The average price per gallon at $3.45 this morning. That's down about 37 cents since this time last year. Now, all eyes on the inflation report, which is set to be released next week. Whit.
Erielle Reshef for us. Thank you. Turning now to the Summer Games and the role COVID is playing in Paris, American Noah Lyles settling for bronze in the 200-meter sprint, then revealing he tested positive for the virus. Janae Norman is in Paris with more. Janae, this was a real stunner. Good morning.
It really was, Whit. Good morning to you. This was really the beginning of a nerve-wracking run for Americans. Quite literally, Noah Lyles, after just inching out first in the 100-meter race, was looking for the sprint double gold in the 200 meters. But after the race, instead of seeing him triumphant, we saw him being treated by medical staff, and then that heart-pounding near upset of a basketball game. A dramatic night on the track. Sprint superstar Noah Lyles favored to win the men's 200 meters, coming up short in third place for the bronze. After the race, medical staff racing to a clearly winded Lyles, taking him off the track in a wheelchair. Moments later, a surprise announcement from the 27-year-old who was seen wearing a mask just before the race, announcing he'd tested positive for COVID after falling ill on Tuesday, 2 days before the race. Overnight, Lyles, who was expected to compete today in the men's 4x100-meter relay, taking to Instagram to address his future at this year's Olympic Games, writing, "I believe this will be the end of my 2024 Olympics. Whether you were rooting for me or against me, you have to admit you watched, didn't you? See you next time." In a statement, USA Track and Field stood by Lyles' decision to compete, saying they had adhered to the guidelines set by U.S. Olympic Committee, the Centers for Disease Control, and the IOC to prioritize his health, the well-being of our team, and the safety of fellow competitors. Lyles' teammate, Kenny Bednarek, who took home the silver, appeared to agree with the decision to let him compete.
I don't think I was put at risk at all. I mean, I take care of my body. So when it comes to getting sick, that's rare for me. So, I mean, when I found out, it wasn't that big of a deal. I mean, he went out there, did his best.
Letso Tobago from Botswana, who won the gold and was seen embracing Lyles after the race, was asked if he had overtaken the American as the new face of track and field.
For me, I can't be the face of athletics because I'm not an arrogant or a loud person like Noah.
All day long, Team USA raking in medals. Tara Davis-Woodhall and Jasmine Moore getting gold and bronze in the long jump. Davis-Woodhall rushing to celebrate her gold with her husband Hunter, who's competing in the Paralympics later this month. And Sydney McLaughlin-Levron smoking the competition to win gold in the women's 400-meter hurdles. USA's Anna Cockrell not far behind, clinching the silver. And in men's basketball, Team USA surviving a huge scare from Serbia. Serbia leading the U.S. by double digits in the fourth quarter until the red, white, and blue superstars took over. Steph Curry scoring 36 points, including this shot with just over 2 minutes to go. LeBron James making a key layup and Kevin Durant hitting two down the stretch. Thank goodness they pulled it out. And worth noting history on the track today, the youngest male U.S. track athlete ever, Quincy Wilson, made his Olympic debut today in the men's 4x400 relay. He and his teammates will race for the medal tomorrow. And for the women in that 400 meters hurdle, Sydney McLaughlin-Levron and Anna Cockrell, I saw her family out shopping yesterday and said, look, if she medals, I will mention Anna Cockrell. And then our next hour, we're talking about the American women dominating here in Paris.
Love that. Lived up to that promise.
So many great Cinderella
Absolutely.
stories.
Thank you, Janae.